It's Beale time. Hey, hey, Daniel Crosslink, welcome back to the channel. I've asked you in the community section of the YouTube channel if you want to do a mail time video with me, so 86% or 85% of you said yes. So I'm doing this. The purpose of this video is to unbox these packages and look inside. I mean, some of them are obvious, some of them are not so obvious. And we're gonna talk about what they are for, what's gonna happen to those things. And for the ones of you who are subscribed and who have bell notifications on and all notifications on basically, I have good news for you, because in the first 48 hours of you watching this video, you can comment underneath the video and tell me where you're from and why you like to have a giveaway, because I'm giving away a printer today. For those of you who aren't subscribed and watching this later, sorry, but that's the reason why notifications, bell notifications and all notifications have kind of an impact if you miss out on these things or not. So that's it about notification squad basically. And we'll start with some of the packages. Actually, I need a knife and I need to figure out where I have it. So which one we start with? Maybe this one. But actually, well, this is a usual knife, but it's not really, probably not the best knife, because I have a new knife here that I've ordered for myself. The Berquist K30 Titanium Edition. Probably a better tool to do this, and let's probably start with this one. And let me check out if you can see it here. I ordered this knife specifically for, I never had a really nice pocket knife, and I decided that I want to have one. So it comes in this nice box and with this holder, with this pocket case that you can do on your belt. And yeah, there's also a sharpening stone here in the box. Also nice to have that. And yeah, here we go. This is the knife. And yeah, I really like how it looks like. This is actually, yeah, in real life, it's actually looking much better because it's real wood. And that was the reason why I got it, because I wanted something that's a combination of real wood and metal. And yeah, so let's use that for the unboxing. And I can promise you this is probably going to be a super messy room in just a few minutes, having all these boxes and all the packaging here. So what do we start with? Let's probably start with this one here, this way. So this is the ByQ H2 extruder. ByQ sent this to me for reviewing. I'm super late on this, to be honest. With almost everything on this table, because stuff got delayed, you know, everything that happens right now. So we had other things to do. We're super busy in the last few months actually, and that's why I didn't get to unbox most of the things in this room. Anyways, I think if you like this experience, if you like to do this more often, actually let's put these boxes a little bit to the side so we have more space for unboxing. So let's start with the extruder. And I don't know what I should expect from this, because I have the Hemura extrusion system, but if you look at this, this looks like a straightforward clone to me. Although it's a bit smaller. The Hemura is a little bit bigger, it's actually longer here on the side, so yeah, probably it is also a little bit lightweight compared to the Hemura. But still, we have to test it out. And the printer I'm gonna be using this on is probably either the Ender 3 or maybe the Anit A8, depending on whether I'm getting rid of the Hemura or if I have a second one where I can put them side to side. I'm still undecided about this, probably also going to apply this to several different printers. That's maybe the best thing to do. But yeah, nice thing that ByQ sent me this for a review. And once we're done using that and reviewing that, probably also giving this away to someone on the channel, but you'll be the first one to know. So ByQ H2. Probably some parts that yeah. These are actually, I think it's MK3? No, MK8. MK8 silicon socks. I mean, pretty useful. Most of the time pretty useful to have these. Why is it good to have silicon socks on your hot end? Because, I mean, this happens to everyone. Filament starts piling up underneath the nozzle because you have bad layer adhesion or something else is happening. So if over extrusion or a part is breaking away and then filament starts piling up, that is something to protect your nozzle or the whole extrusion system from damage. So in the worst case, this thing is going to be covered with filament, but you can still get it off the nozzle pretty easy, versus if the nozzle and the hot end are unprotected and filament starts gluing onto that, it's much harder to remove these, and sometimes it can easily damage your hot end. So I would say having these socks is always good. So what is this? Who knows? I have no idea. Ah, this looks like batteries. Actually, ordering batteries from China, I mean, it's not super risky, but trust me, it can take weeks and weeks and weeks until these batteries arrive. I just wanted to try those out because I have a little bit of a project going on with a lamp, a battery-driven lamp, where I need these batteries, and it's going to be a rechargeable 3D printed battery-driven lamp. So good for the project that they are finally here. Next up, we have this package here, which is coming from Creality, and I have an idea what this could be. I've been waiting for this for, I mean, everything now, ordering anything from China, or this was actually sent to me. It takes so much time, actually. It takes so much time, weeks and weeks and weeks for things to arrive. Oh yeah, this is nice. This is the, hopefully this is complete. Yeah, this looks good. This is the Beale Touch package for the Ender 3 V2. It contains the Beale Touch, and it contains a specific holding part for the Beale Touch that's going to fit on the Ender 3 V2, and the necessary cables with the right connectors, so you don't have to swap around those connectors and fiddle around with that. Some mounting screws. That is good because, yeah, I'm going to apply this to the Ender 3 V2. And I'm going to show you how to install the software and how to configure everything for bed leveling to work. Also, we're going to do another video about this. One with the stock firmware, basically a custom firmware from Creality that's fitted to use the Beale Touch, and another one with the Marlin 2.0, how to compile and adapt this for the Beale Touch on the Ender 3 V2. Next one, maybe this little one here. Let's see what that is. Actually got it out of the box, and I didn't have any papers coming with it. So let's see what's inside. Is this... Okay, these are stepper drivers. TMC 2209. This could be a display, but what kind of display is it? No, it's a mainboard. It's a mainboard. So, what is this? It is a mainboard, obviously, and it's called the Fly RRF E3, and it seems to be suited for the Ender series, because it looks very similar to to the E3 mini mainboard from Big T Track or the original mainboard from Creality. But however, the good thing about this mainboard seems to be that it has separate stepper driver sockets, so we can put our own stepper drivers on this versus the original Creality mainboards where you are having no choice if those are broken. Actually, recently I broke my E3 1.2. I burned through one of the stepper drivers, and now it's basically junk now because it's unrepairable basically, and you have no way to swap out those drivers. So it's actually good to have a mainboard option where you can have your own drivers on, and we have the option of switching if you want. So the Fly RFF, it's a RepRap firmware compatible mainboard. So yeah, interesting thing. I'm probably gonna try this out on the Ender 3. And what else do we have here? This is probably the screen. Okay, this looks a little bit different than usual screens for the Ender printers. It's not having a turnable knob. It seems to be more like a touch screen. Okay, so I have to try out how this is going to work. Probably print a custom holder for the Ender 3 just to try this out. I have no idea if it's working, how it's working, what firmware I need. I'm gonna have to figure out this on my own, and then we'll probably have a look at it a little bit later. This one obviously having a Wi-Fi interface because there is a Wi-Fi antenna included. This might be actually a really interesting one. This is definitely something that I ordered myself. Let me see what it is. Ah, this one. So basically these are protection goggles, and I'm getting them, or I got them because I want to start SLA printing, and I want to take all precautions possible. And actually here's the other thing that I want to use. So this is actually a half mask with 2 filters, and I have seen so many people complaining about the toxic fumes that you are inhaling when you're dealing with SLA printing materials. So I want to protect myself at all costs possible. So using this this half mask in this goggles is probably one of the things to do. Somewhere in one of these packages is probably my gloves that I ordered. So yeah, I probably don't have to unbox this because you see obviously what it is. But it's really good to have this, and really recommend this to use if you're starting into the SLA world. We have to open it. Let's have a look at what this is. Ah, this is nice. This is actually a present for my daughter. These are filaments, different colors, and this is a filament 3D printing pen, and I want to try if she likes it to give her an idea what is Daddy doing actually with 3D printing, and she can try it out herself with this pen. So this is probably going to be some fun, probably doing this together with her. Actually, there's people doing amazing art work with this, so not an issue. It's probably really nice. What's this? Ah, also, yeah, I mean, you know from the channel, probably you know that I've done several videos about Octoprint, and I also made a video about how to control your printer with a Sonoff S20. And Sonoff actually has a new thing. This is a USB plug adapter, and it's not a power plug, but it's more a relay switch that goes in between your USB power adapter and your USB cable, and you can use it to control your USB device with Wi-Fi or Alexa or Google. Yeah, and what I want to try is get this going with some other things that I have and integrate it into my home automation. So nice thing, and it's really tiny actually. Probably gonna flash some Tasmota on it, or the ESP Home. This is, oh yeah, well, this one we need to be a little bit careful because these are supposedly vacuum bags. There should be a pump in here. Yeah, that's right. So let's open one of these. So you probably had this question, where do I store my filament spools when I'm not using them? I usually use the refrigerator bags to put those spools in, and then I'm using a clip. But this one is actually pretty neat. I'm just gonna get a filament spool for you. So what you do with these bags is you just put your filament spool in, if you can. Okay, and then you're closing this here on the side. Just make sure it's really tightly closed. And then we have this little valve here on the side. So how this works is you take the pump and you just slightly put it above this valve. Don't press it down, because if you press it down, then it's not going to work, but you just slightly put it on top of the valve and then it just starts pumping, and it's going to suck out the air from that bag. So I think this is good enough. So you see, now our filament spool is tightly enclosed in this bag. There is almost no air left inside, and it's probably going to keep this quite dry. You can also put some dry bag in there just to be double secure, but I think from this point of view it's not necessary anymore to have any drying material inside there. But yeah, this is I think pretty easy, and I'm gonna store especially the filaments that are prone to suck up the humidity, like PETG, ABS, not so much PLA, but the other materials that are more prone to, like TPU also. I'm gonna put those in these bags because, yeah, otherwise you have to dry your materials just before you print. This is probably going to save me some time. So this one, yeah, let's see what this could be. Probably something for a printer upgrade. Oh, what is this? This is also from Creality. It doesn't say anything on the package, nothing on the package, what this could be. Oh, this looks interesting. And it's a Ender 3 V2 double screw upgrade package assembly drawing. Okay, now it's an Ender 3 double screw upgrade. And yeah, obviously this seems to be a secondary stepper motor and some additional parts to add this as a second Z screw. And yeah, probably this part's going to be on the other side of the X-axis rod. Nice. Again, an Ender 3 V2 upgrade. Wow, this is getting interesting. So we have already for the Ender 3 V2 the Beale Touch kit, and we have the dual Z rod upgrade. Interesting. So this is going to be interesting upgrades to apply. And maybe also the H2 extruder on the Ender 3 V2. What do you think about that? Maybe that's the way to test this. What's this? I mean, I've looked inside. This took weeks. I mean, this is the thing with the UK leaving the EU, unfortunately. This package I ordered, I think, I don't know, 6 weeks ago. And it's just a few electronic parts, and it didn't arrive for such a long time. And then I had to pay import taxes. This is crazy. This is probably the, yeah, this is the thing. Briefly explaining this to you. This is the MicroPython starter kit from Pimoroni in UK. And that's an online store where you can get all kinds of Raspberry Pi kits. And this is the getting started guide. Actually, I read about it that it's has some mistakes in it, so they are sending out new versions of this book. in, I don't know, 6 weeks, and I probably have to pay taxes. No, I don't know, to be honest, but these are all kinds of different upgrades or external add-ons to the MicroPython driven Raspberry Pi Pico. So this is, for example, a dual expander where you can have multiple upgrade modules attached. Then we have this is actually the display pack. There's a little bit of, there's a tiny display on this. And this is a LED panel. So you can imagine these are all little LEDs here, and you can drive them from the Pico. And this one is, what is this? It's an RGB LED matrix. So it's also all kinds of LED pixels here on this little extension. This is a audio pack where you have 2 audio connectors, one audio in and one audio out. Yeah, these are just pins basically to, yeah, this is the Pi and this is the Pi Pico. And yeah, this one is an RGB keyboard, so you have 16 buttons which you can also set the colors on, probably programming some little game. So these are all parts, and this book has lots of experiments in and programs, explanations how to work and try different projects with the Raspberry Pi Pico. Pretty excited to do this and probably making a video about this. So nothing 3D printing related, but still quite exciting. By the way, tell me if you are interested in extending or expanding a little bit into the electronics world, because I think 3D printing is super interesting, but I also think that some electronics from time to time, tinkering around with things like this are interesting. We're gonna come to something else in that regard in a moment. No idea. These are the nitrile gloves designed to handle more acid materials. So these are latex-free and powder-free gloves, and I'm going to use them for working with the SLA printing materials. I would highly recommend to use these gloves because they are really resistant to those materials. If you're using these normal household cleaning gloves, it might be an issue. I wouldn't recommend to do that. Then we have this one, obviously what it is, you can see. It's the Raspberry Pi 400. Why did I get the Raspberry Pi 400? So I'm intending to build a 3D printing workspace, or a workspace, basically with the Raspberry Pi 400 and a monitor and a mouse. And the good thing is this thing comes already in with a keyboard. And basically it's a Raspberry Pi built into a keyboard. You have all your connections here on the back. Just one USB port is missing because that's where the keyboard is connected to, and they internally wired it up, so everything is coming out at the back now. Also you have a outlet for the pins, so the GPIO ports, you can open up this rubber protection to get access to your GPIO pins. Also exciting. Apparently this thing's supposed to be driven a little bit higher. I think it's 20% faster because they have a higher clock rate on this version. The downside on the Pi 400, however, is you can't get it in an 8GB version. So this is a 4GB Raspberry Pi 4 in this keyboard. And what I want to do is I want to build this 3D printing workstation where I run Octoprint from this, and also Cura and Fusion 360. Hopefully that's going to work out. But I want to have my favorite 3D design, slicing and Octoprint tools on this computer connected to a monitor and directly to the printer, and then we're gonna see if that is a valid solution for having a mini 3D printing workstation. What else is in the box? There should be a power supply. This is power supply, how much amp? 3 amps. And then we have the official Raspberry Pi mouse. Yeah, so this is the Raspberry Pi 400 mouse. It seems to have some decent buttons. Yeah, so this in the end, it's gonna look pretty neat. So if you have this combination here, it's pretty small, probably still a quite usable keyboard. Something that you will find on the laptop Let's have a look at the keystrokes, how this feels. Yeah, it's actually good. I can imagine working on this for a while. So my experiment will be like building a 3D printing workstation, as I said, probably switching to this for 30 days. That was my other plan, to have this as my main computer, so to say, for the next 30 days, or for a period of 30 days, probably not right away the next 30 days. But just to try out if I can use this as a daily driver, because it's becoming very popular also for kids to work on their school projects because they don't have a laptop maybe. Just to have some additional computer at home for your kids. And it could, in theory, probably replace a little laptop or probably an older PC. And I'm going to try out what kind of software I can run from here and how good it is in a day-to-day basis. Doing email, some text documents, PowerPoint, all these things. And then also, of course, 3D printing projects. Let's see. Probably not going to do video editing on this. Probably this is a little bit underpowered for that. So, put this back in. These are actually replacement glasses, but I didn't get them for my actual sunglasses. The idea of this is to use these replacement sunglasses. So, looks dope, right? The idea of this is going to be, I'm going to scan these to get the outer shape of the glasses, and probably I will have to spray them. That's why I got 2 pairs. So I'm going to try to scan those using photogrammetry, and then I'm trying to build a sunglasses frame for these real glasses, and then to 3D print this and then have my own 3D printed sunglasses. And then I'm going to probably publish the model, because these are for a specific Oakley glasses. But I just like the shape, and I'm going to show you how to do this. Hope this is going to work out. So I have no guarantee, not a guarantee that this is going to work out, but the idea is to make my own sunglass frames, and then let's see if that works. Okay, what else is left? 2 things, and I want to give you a little bit of a backstory, because this is obviously a 3D printer, but the thing is, nobody told me that this is coming, and nobody asked me to do a review. But the thing is, this might look exciting that companies are sending me stuff for testing. The thing is, some of them will actually reach out to you and say, yeah, can you do a review on this? And how fast can you make a review on this? And then most of the time I have to say no, because I have no time left basically to do these kind of things. And as I said, this one, it just showed up at the door, and then yeah, what should we do about it? And I mean, as nice this seems to be, and I have no idea what this printer is all about, but what I'm instead going to do, this is, I mean, it's probably not a bad printer, right? This is the, what is it called? The Elegoo Neptune 2. And instead of testing this myself, yeah, as I said, nobody asked me to do it, and I have too many other printers that I still have to do tests for. I'm going to give this away right away, not unboxed, it's just as it is. I'm gonna send this to someone who wants a 3D printer, and all that you have to do is to put a comment underneath this video in the first 48 hours when this video goes live. As I said, in the future we're gonna do more of these kind of giveaways, all kind of things, because I have too much stuff that I'm not using, and I'm giving away a lot of the stuff that I have. All you have to do is to be notified, is just click that bell icon, subscribe to the channel, and make sure that you have also enabled notifications on your devices, so you will be notified once I put up my new videos, and then you can be part of these giveaways, because in the first 48 hours I'm gonna draw a winner, and that's it. So, Elegoo Neptune 2, thanks for whoever sent this to me, for sending this printer. I'm giving it away, probably to excite someone else, and let's move on. Hey guys, Just 2 days after I started editing this video, Elegoo Marketing finally came back to me with an email that they forgot to tell me that they sent me this printer and asked me if I can do a little review on it. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to unbox, build and test this printer in the upcoming live stream end of March, and after that I'm going to pack it back into the box and send it to the winner of the giveaway. And with that, back to the video. This thing here, last box, but I kept this for the finals, so to say. This is actually something that I was waiting also quite a long time for, and this was sent to me by a well-known company for reviewing, and you can already see what it is. It is the Prusa Mini. So there's also some filament coming with the printer, which is nice. All glued together. And of course, tons of plastic. This is PETG Mango Yellow, the PLA Galaxy Purple. So I'll probably be able to test some exciting prints with this. Still, I mean, we can manage this. This is still manageable. So let's have a look inside. The Prusa Mini. Excited to check it out. Okay. Oh, we have a checklist. This is nice. This is actually the first time, look at this. This is actually the first time I see this kind of checklist coming with like what has been tested, thermistors, fans, Ethernet, USB, power, flash, EEPROM, drivers, hot and heating measurement graph. Nice. I mean, this is like, look at this. This is nice. Heat bed heating measurement graph. So, I mean, probably not having the time to build this today, but this looks pretty nice packaged. So, what do we do with this? What do we do with the Prusa Mini? I think we should definitely do an unboxing. This actually, I think this deserves a separate unboxing video. You will see this in the coming weeks, that we'll do the unboxing and build and first test print on the Prusa Mini. And then we'll have a little review on this, how it works and how well it turns out to be, because this is my first Prusa printer and I'm super excited, but probably not having the time today to do this. So anyways, don't forget about the giveaway for this Elegoo Neptune 2. Giving away this printer. Just to remind you, comment underneath this video in the first 48 hours when this video goes live and tell me where you're from. This is also important because we can only ship to certain countries at the moment because of the situation. It's really super difficult to ship to some countries because of delays, and also it's sometimes crazy expensive, so it's even more expensive than the printer, so we have to sort this out. Unfortunately, so sorry if I can't send it to some of you. So please put your country in the comment and tell me why you want this printer. And then we're gonna have a raffle in the first 48 hours. And yeah, again, don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, turn notifications on, because we're gonna have a bunch of these kind of giveaways in the future. In this year, it's gonna be more giveaways. So many things. So I hope you liked this little video. Tell me if you liked it. Give me some indication if you want to see more of this. Also, if you want to send something to me, specifically we are doing a 50K celebration in probably May when we hit the 50K subscriber mark. I'm gonna do a 50K celebration with lots of giveaways. And also, yeah, if you are happy to send me something for the celebration, anything that you want, and even if it's just a little card, then please put on the outside, write 50K. So I know that I cannot open it before the 50K celebration. There is a link in the description of this video, crosslink.io/PO box, where I give you my address, and depending on the shipping method that you're using, you're gonna find the shipping address. So thanks for sending anything, but don't be obliged to do anything. Don't be thinking that you have to do, but I'm also super happy to celebrate together with you in a live stream and open up all the things that people sent to me for the 50K celebration, and let's have some fun. And also, you probably want to watch one of the 2 other ones I've linked up here for you, and I see you in the next one. Bye.